You hide your dating life from your parents. Let's just set the record straight. I do have a boyfriend. You don't get along with brown girls because you're too white. Is you try and hide the fact that you're a coconut. I would say that it's definitely true. You don't have to deal with strict brown parents. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be an assumptions video. These are honestly my favorite videos to watch right now. I feel like everyone's just doing them again, and I did actually film this the other day, but I don't know, I just looked back at the footage and I was just like, no, I wasn't really talking any sense. So that was kind of like a practice run, and I'm here again. I've gathered my thoughts and I'm ready to answer all of your assumptions. You guys honestly did not hold back, and I don't get triggered by a lot of things, but there was like a bunch of these which I was actually getting annoyed at because it was like the same thing over and over again. So I just thought, let's just clear up some things. Also, I caught quite a tan in the garden like these past few days. So if my skin's looking a little bit patchy, it's because I may or may not have burned myself when I was out there, but it's okay. Now I wear sun cream, don't worry. Anyway, so I asked you guys over on my Instagram to ask me any assumptions that you have. So if you guys want me to do another part 2 of this, then make sure you guys go follow me over my Instagram, because that's kind of like where you can interact with me a lot more and ask me questions and all of that stuff. Let's just get started. So, okay, so the first assumption is you have a boyfriend. Now this one was like one of the most asked assumptions, so let's just set the record straight. So I am actually in a relationship, and I've kind of been trying to keep it like on the down low a little bit because I don't really want to put it all out there. But yes, I do have a boyfriend. Obviously I'm joking. I don't have a boyfriend. I wish. Actually, do you know what, I don't even care. But yeah, no, I was joking. I don't have a boyfriend, nor do I need one. I'm fine being me. So the next assumption is that you really want a boyfriend, and again, no, I'm literally perfectly happy being me, single, mingling, but I'm literally like fine. Like, I don't need a boyfriend. I don't need anyone but myself. My nails are really chipped as well. Please, let's just ignore that. But I mean, it would be nice, but it's not something that I wake up every day and think, you know what I want? A boyfriend. That's just not me. I've been single now for 2 years and I'm honestly doing just fine, better than fine. So the next assumption is that you are short. Now I wouldn't say that I am short. I just feel like I'm an average height. I'm around like on 5'5.5" to 5'6", probably more towards the 5'6". So I'm just gonna go ahead and say that I'm 5'6". I don't think that's really tall. I don't think that's really short. I just feel like it's kind of average. So someone said you are family oriented. Is it oriented or orientated? Is it? And yeah, I would say that it's definitely true. I am someone who is very kind of like all about family and all of that stuff, like especially like my cousins and that kind of thing. Like, we literally speak every single day. We FaceTime every single day, and I just honestly have the best times with family and like with my cousins. Like, I honestly do not know what I would do without my family and my cousins who are my family. So yeah, I definitely am very family orientated, whatever it is. Okay, so these next few assumptions, I just feel like let's just get them out of the way. These are the ones which were actually triggering me quite a lot, because I was like why do you think this? So I'm just kind of like gonna answer. I think there's like 3 which are kind of similar, so I'm just gonna answer them kind of like one at a time, just to kind of clear up the rumors. Not that they're rumors, but it's annoying me. This one I actually got quite a lot, but in like different words. So it's basically, you don't get along with brown girls because you're too white. Like, what? Like, I don't understand the logic or the thought process behind this assumption, and like everyone who sent in this assumption, but that is just not true whatsoever. Like, where I'm from, like guys, honestly, where I'm from, there is not a big Asian community here at all. Like, I'm not joking. At school, it's literally just me and one other Asian girl in my year, and then I think in 6th form I might have been the only Asian one. I can't really remember, but like the only like Indian Punjabi girl in my year, basically. Just because there wasn't Asian people at my school, like, it doesn't mean that I'm not gonna make friends with everyone else who isn't brown. Yeah, I'm sure if I lived somewhere like Birmingham, I would have a lot more brown Indian Punjabi friends or whatever, but I'm not from Birmingham. Where I'm from, there's literally nobody, which actually does kind of annoy me. I was actually speaking to my friend Preeti about this literally yesterday, like last night, just saying how that there isn't more of like an Indian community here, and there's really kind of like no one my age where I'm from. In some ways I do get on more with my brown and like Indian friends more, because we just have kind of like that whole another level of banter and like things that you can kind of like talk about which you can't necessarily relate, or you can just like relate a lot more to your Indian brown friends. Do you know what I mean? Like if I grew up somewhere like Birmingham, like I'm sure people wouldn't say this, but I've literally grown up where there's literally no one. Obviously I'm not going to be like, okay, I'm not going to have any friends because everyone here is white. Like that's just no. So the next one is you try and hide the fact that you're a coconut. Again, like where do you honestly get this from? Like just because I don't share every single aspect of like everything that I do in my daily life on like social media, on Instagram, on YouTube and all of that stuff, people just assume that I'm like whitewashed, I'm a coconut. By the way, if you don't actually know what a coconut is, I feel like if you're not Asian, like you probably actually don't know what a coconut is. But a coconut is brown on the outside, white on the inside. So that is what everyone's basically calling me. Okay, not like everyone, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but yeah, that's basically what it is. So yeah, literally just because I don't share every single thing, it doesn't mean that I don't do like Indian Punjabi things. Do you know what I mean? And second of all, like I don't go out of my way to show that either. Like I honestly don't. Like I try and post as much as I can like on my story about like Indian things, about Asian things, just so people can relate, because I know that most of my following, like I'd say 80% of my following are young like Asian girls. I just kind of want you guys to be able to like relate to me and that kind of thing. So yeah, like I do try, but I also don't want to bombard you all with like me eating roti for dinner. Do you know what I mean? Like that's boring. Or me every Sunday having like an aloo prota. Do you know what I mean? Like that's just not interesting for you guys to see, and I also just don't post everything anyway. And another one is you're a coconut because you don't speak Punjabi or listen to Punjabi songs. First of all, I can speak Punjabi. I'm not gonna lie, in recent years I have got a little bit rusty, but I can still speak, I can still understand it. So all of you aunties who are bitching about me in Punjabi thinking I can't understand, I can understand every single word that you're saying, so don't even try it. I'm joking, but yeah, I do speak Punjabi first of all. And then the second part of this is that you don't listen to Punjabi songs. So like obviously it's not like my go-to to listen to Punjabi songs. That's just not me. Like that's just like a genre of music which I just personally don't really listen to much. It's like some people like pop music, some people like country music, some people like rap music. I just don't really listen to it, to be honest. It's just not my kind of vibe. I like Drake, do you know what I mean? But I still do sometimes, like not gonna lie, sometimes it's just fun, but yeah. So someone said you hide your dating life from your parents. And now this used to be the case. I literally had a relationship for like 3 years and I kept it on the down low. I mean, my sister found out. Remember that, Amrit? And I definitely did hide that, and I kept that a whole secret until it kind of had to come out, because I was crying every night and I kind of just like, they could see that obviously something wasn't right. But yeah, I definitely used to, but now I've just completely changed. I think when you're younger, like you just kind of get scared of saying things and you're scared that your parents are going to shout at you. So I definitely used to, but now literally like my mum, I'm not kidding, she knows every single, not every single detail, but for the most part she literally knows. If I'm speaking to someone, I'll tell her. Most of the time she doesn't really care, because she kind of gets sick of me speaking about boys, because I'm not gonna lie, I kind of do speak about it a lot. I definitely used to, but now I don't, and I know moving forward, like if I ever was to get a boyfriend, I wouldn't hide it anyway. There's just honestly no point, and honestly your parents know everything anyway, even if you think that they don't. Trust me, they do. So another assumption again about parents is that you don't have to deal with strict brown parents. I feel like all brown parents, I'm sure we can all relate here, they are all strict to some degree. I definitely thought that my parents were a lot more strict than they actually are, which is why I used to like hide things. I used to lie a lot, literally a lot. Okay, it makes me sound like so dodgy, like I'm a drug dealer or something, but like just do things and lie and like do a lot of things in like secret, and yeah, and just be scared that they were like shouting at me or something. Over the years I've just kind of realized they aren't as strict as I thought they were. So yeah, they aren't really that strict. And if you guys watch that video with my mum, you can watch that and kind of like judge for yourself on how strict you think that like my parents, well, my mum is. Definitely there's still things where I do get told off, and like my mum follows my Instagram, and sometimes if there's something I post and she's like, no, delete that, like obviously I will delete it. So they are still strict. Like I know a lot more strict parents, and honestly thank god mine are not that bad. Another assumption is that you are shy. I'm actually not joking, like I actually think I'm the least shy person going. Okay, maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration, but I don't think I'm shy at all. Everyone in my family could literally vouch for that I'm just not a shy person. I'm that person who's like the entertainer and like literally just shouts and speaks non-stop. Like I actually think I'm quite annoying, and I'm definitely not a shy person. Around new people I'm probably a lot quieter than I normally am, but like I do find it easy to be like my chatty self even with like new people. And then kind of like a similar assumption is that you are confident. I'm definitely a lot more confident now than I used to be. I think I honestly used to be just like very kind of like insecure within like myself, like a very jealous person of other people. But now I honestly think like I am very confident in myself, but like I wouldn't say like I'm a cocky person who thinks they're the shit. I feel like there's a fine line, but yeah, I would say I'm quite a confident person, but obviously I still like have my insecurities and things. So someone said you are not very religious, and I feel like I don't really want to speak too much about religion because people do get triggered. People got so triggered on that video with my mum, and they were like, you guys are not proper Sikhs, you don't do this, you cut your hair and all of that stuff. And I was just like, please, like actually mind your own business, focus on yourself, focus on your own religion and that kind of thing. I don't want to speak too much on it, but like we are Sikhs, like guys, I wear my gada, okay? But I honestly think it's up to that individual and how much they want to like participate and be involved with their religion. Like it's completely up to you. So I don't really think it's like anyone's business to kind of be triggered about how religious I am. Like focus on yourself, please. Another assumption is you have a boyfriend but you don't want to tell your followers, and you would never tell your followers. Okay, so I feel like, again, a few years ago I literally would have been plastering it all over my social media and like wanted to like almost like prove a point to people, like look, I have someone, but kind of like thinking like if you post your relationship on social media then like you have a proper relationship. I don't know, but now that I'm older and now that I actually have a bit more of a following on like Instagram, I don't feel like I would completely plaster it all over like my Instagram, just because I wouldn't really want people's opinions on like a relationship or like my boyfriend or something like that. It's kind of like your own personal private life. Like I wouldn't keep it a secret, because I know like my favorite YouTubers, like you just want to know like, oh, do you have a boyfriend? Like you're just kind of like not nosy, but you just want to know because you feel so like invested in that person's life. So like I wouldn't keep it a complete secret, but I also wouldn't like constantly posting about that person, because imagine if you break up, then you've got to like explain to everyone like what's happened and all of that stuff. I feel like if I was to post about someone on social media, like we would have to have been boyfriend and girlfriend for like a few months, or like seriously dating for a few months before I ever said anything, just because I wouldn't want to jinx it at all, like by posting them all over social media and then we break up like a month later. Like that's just tragic. So okay guys, so those are all of the assumptions that I'm going to answer for today's video. If you guys would like me to do a part 2 of this, because trust me, I could answer so many more assumptions that you guys have about me, let me know, and make sure you guys follow me on my Instagram if you want to ask me assumptions for another video. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you did. Hopefully you've learned a little bit more about me. Honestly, I love these videos. I feel like you just get to know so much about someone. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.